Peter from Sky. Jurgen, good afternoon. Good to see you. You love your football, you love the club, you love Liverpool, so why are you so convinced this is the right decision?
I thought I said that in the other, what is it, statement or interview or whatever we had. With all the responsibility you have in this job and these kind of things, you have to be absolutely top of your own game. That's how it is, and I am. But I'm doing this for 24 years now, and I said that before. When you have the career I have had or have, I want to see that. It's pretty much impossible to start where I start and arrive at Liverpool. But if it becomes possible, then it's just because you absolutely invested everything you had, and that's what I always did. It was never a problem, and I realized that my resources are not endless, and I preferred to pack absolutely everything in this season, and then have a break or whatever, or have to stop and these kind of things, because it's you realize it yourself. You're in a similar age. It's we are no young rabbits anymore, and we don't jump as high as we did, and all these kind of things, and that's how it is, and that's why and it was not. I didn't think about it on purpose. I thought, let's think, how would it be? It just happened, and then I started thinking about it, and that was the moment when I knew this club, especially with the team we have, with all the super things we have in this club needs, on top of that, a manager and his top game, at his top level. I mean, I cannot be there anymore. Then I have to tell the people that 100%. The other situation would have been we go in the next season, and I realized, and then I knew it before, and get into it and try to get somehow through it. That's not how it should be, and that's why I told first the club the decision, then my coaches the decision, and since today everybody knows it, and that's it. That I love everything so much, and I think everybody believes me that it's the case. I still think it's the right thing to do. Can just tell you, I don't take these kind of things lightly. So I'm convinced it's right, and that's why I said it.
I know, Dan Rowe at BBC. Jurgen, it's obviously a big announcement. What are your emotions today? How do you feel? Is it a sense of sadness or perhaps relief?
Yeah, the relief was there when I made a decision for myself, to be honest. That was another thing I realized. So I didn't know that it would be the case, but it was like that. Today it's mixed. It's mixed, but it's not. I'm not as emotional as I will be when it comes to an end finally, because I spoke today to the players. So let me say, the two important things I had to do was to tell our of course I have to tell the owners, that's clear, but then to tell our supporters and to tell the players. And I don't know 100% about the reaction of supporters, but the reaction of the players was top. Just it was really good. We know each other so long that they know I don't say things like that and walk away or stuff like this. So I am here and I'm fully here. And by the way, today I answer 500,000 questions if you want, but that's it then. So until the end of the season, because we have so many other things to do, and I'm fully in that. So there's not a lot of emotion here. I had some talks the last days when I had to tell other people slightly earlier than I tell the public, and there were some tears and stuff like this, but that's normal after such a long time together. But besides that, it's just the right thing to do, and I'm convinced as well in the right moment, because the club needs time to plan the future while we are sorting the present, and that's exactly what will happen now. And from that point of view, the emotions will come up. Relief is not there as well anymore, because I knew before how I feel about it. Yeah.
Julia from BBC Radio Merseyside. When you spoke to the players and they asked you the questions probably that we're all asking today, how did you ensure with them, or what was the message about making sure this isn't a distraction because you're still fighting on four fronts?
The players did have a lot of questions. I spoke to the players all together, and I spoke to a few players after that. The players, we have a really strong bond, so they didn't ask questions yet. There's no question, because we are professionals, and the agreement you have with the team from both sides is you agree for 1 year. So after that, everything can happen. The manager, during the year, the manager can get the sack, but the players, usually the agreement we have from a club point of view is for 1 year, even after a 5-6 year contract, because after a year, you play much better, then the player wants a new contract, you play not as good as you want, then the club might want to sell you, but for a year, usually you have a real agreement, and we are completely in that year. And the boys are. And the boys see it exactly like that too. I think we had cameras out there for the training session after that, and you could see the boys are in a really good mood. And it was not that they were getting up and having a party when I told them, but it was just an announcement. I told them that it's different to other situations. Usually, when a manager is in a dressing room and talks about that, he got sacked and just says goodbye. And that wouldn't have happened here because of the things we reached with each other and achieved with each other. And that's why my responsibility was so big in that I have to constantly always think about and have a review. Is it still right? Because there was no chance. We had last year's situation in the season. I think a lot of managers would have got the sack because we had a really bad spell, and 3 or 4 years ago, and all these kind of things. There was never any intention to do that, and that always let my responsibility grow and grow and grow to make sure, okay, when it's not right anymore, I have to tell, because nobody else will tell. And that's what I said to the players as well. Besides that, the disruption, I understand. It's, I think, of a lot of people from the outside who are not with us. We'll be happy, blah, 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 stuff like this. It's your job to ask questions, uncomfortable questions, whatever. The distraction comes from outside. But to get distracted, you always need two parts. One who distracts and the other one who let it happen. We will not let it happen. So that's the plan. And if we want, we can grow even more together in this situation. And that's 100% the aim of the players and me. And how we said, to try to squeeze everything out of that season. We don't know. There's no guarantee. There was before no guarantee that we will win anything this season, and there is now no guarantee. But just the fact that I said I will not be the manager for next year is not an excuse to do a step less or whatever. So we will be completely in it, and we will fight for everything. I'm here with 100%, and that's a good news. I just know I cannot do the job in the future, but I can do it very well right now. And that's what I will do.
Stuart from PLP. Jurgen, will you have any role to play in deciding who your successor is? Or will you advise the board?
Oh, why should I? So that's very important. Look, in this world, you have a few, in football especially, you have a few faces most of the time as the manager of the club, and people like Billy or others who do an incredible job, you don't see that often. So that's just how you live this kind of business. The job is slightly different, but here it is like that. So it looks like that I do all the work. I can't, and I don't. And that means what we built over the last 8.5 years is an incredibly strong structure behind the scenes. So everything goes in the right direction. So that's a good news. That's one of the reasons why I can leave. Because my responsibility is so big. My idea was always to put everything in place and help with everything that this club gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And we did that to perfection, no, but as good as we could. That means so many people work here and will, with only one idea, to find a perfect solution for Liverpool FC. Well, I'm pretty sure that will happen. And the last thing they need is an advice from the old man walking out and tell them, by the way, make sure you bring him in or whatever. And I will definitely not do that. Like, for most of the things I have an opinion.